Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is coming back, but not for a second sequel. It's a reboot. Again, and from again. It seems like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles it's been done many times. This would actually be the 7th TMNT movie to come out, and that is withstanding all the different iterations we've seen in animation, in comics. It's a lot. I mean, it seems like we were just getting to know this Michael Bay produced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
It was starting to find its footing, I feel like, with the second
I liked
film.
Out of the Shadows,
I thought it was fun. It was very fun, but I can also understand why it didn't do as well as they may have wanted it to do or expected it to do. It felt like a ode to kind of the fanboy for Ninja Turtles, and didn't really, I think it wasn't a film for everybody in a sense. It was...
But I think it was trying to be a film for everybody.
Yes, I agree.
Because what we were looking at here was something that we see a lot in Marvel movies. It's kind of tropey, where this giant beam of light is in the city, and we have to save the city, and here come the aliens. It seems like it's been done a lot. We've seen it in Avengers. We've seen it in many of the side Marvel projects. I mean, kudos to the ones that don't have end-of-the-world consequences every single time, because how many times do we have to get through this? It starts to lose its meaning.
Well,
after
and
a while.
with something even like Infinity War, is it really the end?
It's not. We know.
Like, is there true like mortality?
There isn't.
But that's a whole nother conversation.
Okay. First of all, that's another conversation. Second of all, it isn't.
I will say I'm not sure that Ninja Turtles as a franchise is going to be able to even touch the success that, say, the Marvel Universe has had in terms of film. It's the characters are very hard to, I think, relate to in a sense. I mean, they're mutated turtles.
You can be cool but rude, a party dude. There's so many different types.
I mean, I guess we do love pizza. We all love pizza. However, it's some things don't translate as well into real life, into live action. You know, I think of like a series like Dragon Ball, and I just don't see that translating very well.
Just because that one Dragon Ball movie was awful.
I just, think about the hair and just some of the abilities. It's hard, to do these things. And I think Ninja Turtles may be one of those franchises why it works so well as an animated cartoon, as a graphic novel.
Well, I mean, when it started, Ninja Turtles was kind of a parody. It was really much smarter than you would think a sentient turtle and rat kung fu ninja type thing would be. It was a send-up on like Frank Miller and the darkness he brought to the Dark Knight. And, this overly serious tone. I mean, they made fun of the hand, the foot, with in the comics, and that did transfer over on. But I think where they work is not trying to copy Marvel and copy DC, but to maybe be, maybe not quite Deadpool, but Deadpool-esque in the way that it's mirroring sort of this self-seriousness and saying like, hey, it's kind of silly that we're taking ourselves so seriously. Let's have fun. And also, we like explosions too. Maybe just a little bit less expensive though.
Less expensive explosions. But I think they could also maybe try to flip it and do something a little bit darker and grittier and go back to more the roots of the graphic novel. I think if we got that story, especially with what this production company has done so far and doing more horror and more kind of maybe scary or dark, then that's
right. So this is actually, I mean, we do know that the last two movies in Ninja Turtle cinema history were produced by Michael Bay, and Andrew Form and Brad Fuller were working on it through Platinum Dunes. It will still be with Platinum Dunes and Michael Bay on board, which makes me think they will not go for subtlety. But if you look at what Platinum Dunes has done, they've done things like A Quiet Place, and that was something
has been hugely successful.
Yes, and that they utilized different elements of horror and suspense, and were able to do this. I mean, yeah, there were special effects for sure, but they were doing it in this way that wasn't over the top or off the wall, and it was something that people genuinely attached to and liked and are fans of and want to see more of. So maybe this won't be so bad. I mean, when you think Michael Bay, you just think of explosions, boom, and underdeveloped female characters.
And Megan, what's her name? Megan
Fox.
Yeah, Megan.
Are we in a fight? But maybe that idea is shifting forward to something else, and we'll just have to see what ends up coming out from the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot, spin-off, part 2, part 3, etc. You loved the video. he will subscribe. He thought I was cool and charming.